Chesh.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to the LWTO FAM. We're happy to have you guys here. I hope you're happy to see our faces today again.
I know I am. I can see every one of you.
Yeah, we're always glad to make videos for you guys, and we're trying really hard to be consistent this time around since it's summer and we have more time.
We've been saying that every time, so it's our fault. I've told you before.
Yeah, I know you guys are really tired of hearing, oh, we're going to make videos every single time, but we will try this time around to be consistent. Anyways, welcome back. So today we'll be talking about the expectation and reality of working in Poland.
Yeah. So basically, what's all the mystery about coming to Poland? Why do we all of a sudden have a lot of people trying to come in and migrate to Poland? There are lots of questions, and good that you're asking the right questions.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, anyway, let's put it this way, that you're asking the right questions, and we'll try our best to give you the best answers we can. Okay, so like she said, this is strictly on work. Okay, and what we've done is that we're going to try to be putting in situations like this. We're going to try to be putting real life stories at the end of the videos, and hopefully you will stick around because they are very interesting and they are worth listening to. Okay, if you intend to migrate.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about work. Okay, first and foremost, we're going to talk about what kinds of work we have here, and we're just basically going to generalize. Okay, we have the white collar jobs, like me, and then of course you have the blue collar jobs like her,
Really?
But anyway, we're gonna put it in there. It might be more, but okay, we're gonna put it there. And then of course, white collar jobs are the corporate jobs, what you have, and everything. And then the blue collar jobs are the factory based jobs. That's how we're gonna look at it in this point. Okay, and moving from Nigeria, for example, some people get visas or work permits to come and work. Okay, it can be a white collar job and it can also be a blue collar job. Okay, but we're going to talk about
the blue
collar jobs especially. Okay.
Because most of these people that get work permits and pay a lot of money, over 3,000, 4,000 euro just to come to Poland through an agent, mostly come in here. And it's not a white collar job, it's really a blue collar job that they end up giving them. As we said, we're going to talk about, we got permission from the person, she's actually a friend, we got permission from her and she was glad. She really, I think she was supposed to be here, but due to time and all, we couldn't get her to subsequently we'll try and get her on the channel, but yes, we got permission from her and she was like, yeah, please share my story for those that are willing to listen and maybe they could learn a thing or two. So as David said, most times there are lots of expectations, okay, where we get from Africa, that Africans get, and people from from Asia and other parts of the world get when they're coming to Europe and to Poland to come and work. Mostly these agents tell you guys, oh, when you come here, you're going to make 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 euro a month. No, it's a lie. To start with, they don't pay in euro in Poland, they pay you in zloty. So even us two that here, legit working, if you give me euro, I will leave my job for that.
And please be very, very, attentive to this, okay? Zloty is what is being used in Poland, okay?
Not euro.
Not euro.
We're not saying that if you use euro in some places, it won't be accepted. It will, they will collect it. But they will actually look at you like, why are you giving us euro when our official money is the zloty? Now, that being said, when people migrate from Africa to Poland, what they don't bear in mind is, once they see, they'll tell you, oh, we're paying you maybe, let's use 2,000 zloty. Let's even say they're going to pay you 2,000 zloty. What they don't tell you is, it's not 2,000 that you will get at the end as your net. 2,000 most times is your gross. So that 2,000 they are paying you, they are still going to deduct tax. And if you're paying for maybe medical insurance and stuff, they will still deduct your insurance money from it.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, you don't get 2,000.
Yeah, and it's a very funny thing because when the best kept secrets are the ones that are in plain sight.
Yeah.
So you're coming from a country where when they say your salary expectation is, for example, let's say monthly salary is going to tell you 100,000 naira, it is net. They've done whatever deductions. We barely in Nigeria know what exactly is our full income, and then we just know once they say they're paying us 100,000, this is
It's 100,000.
But here, you have to be very, very careful when they tell you that. And this is what these agents sell to you. They tell you they're going to pay you, like she said. Let's say they will pay you 2,500 euro.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2,500 zloty. Okay. Usually this is gross. So at the time of deductions, which these companies will deduct for this and that, because they have to, if they're a legitimate company, they have to pay for pay taxes, they have to pay insurance, they have to pay everything. So what you will get at the end of the day will not be up to that. Okay, there are calculators, salary calculators. We might put it up somewhere there for you to understand how this is calculated with setting checks on certain things. Okay,
so let's make it easy for you guys. There are different tax ranges in Poland. Okay, so if you're earning from minimum wage to I think 7,500 or thereabout, I think your deduction is like 18%.
I think it's 8,500
or 8,500, like 18%. And if you earn more than that, they take out 33%.
Thereabout, yeah.
Or thereabout. So we will put it there, like what the range is on them, so that we'll give you guys an exact and an accurate one. So we'll put it out there in the description box, and also it will scroll on the screen. When they sell these jobs to people in Africa and other parts, they tell you, oh, they'll give you accommodation, they will feed you. Yes, they'll give you accommodation. But when they mean accommodation, they don't think they're going to give you, oh, just you alone, maybe a single room, or to yourself, your bathroom. No, it's going to be shared accommodation. And when they will tell you shared accommodation, so when people think maybe it's just 2 people or 3 people in a room. No, it's not. It's more than that. You guys can be 6, you guys can be 10 in a room.
And if you're, well, look, the thing is, it's dependent on the company. Some companies, maybe they will have you share 2 people per room. It depends. But the thing is, you don't know until you are in. Okay, so these are things you need to put into your, and then of course we are a family vlog. Okay, we talk about family life and everything. So for people who get these kind of jobs and have families, you're asking us in other videos and videos to come about moving into family. For these kind of jobs, you can't move with your family at one stretch.
Yeah.
Whoever is getting the job will definitely have to go first. Okay, but that's a story for another time, because there are certain things you have to consider within this time frame which you will get the job and so on. But, and it's a big but, because I have to state it here. What they also don't tell you is that these jobs come with the company.
Yeah.
Meaning that everything is tied to that company. So if you come into Poland and you start working a 9-to-5 job in a factory where you are tired, probably don't have time. And most factories are not even within the city center.
They are not.
They're at the outskirts. So you don't even have time, because between that time and when you resume back the next day, it's not impossible, okay? But what we're trying to say is that if you lose the job, you will automatically, if you're found by the authorities, you'll be deported, because work permit comes with a job. So if for example you get into the country and for some reason you don't like the conditions of your work, they are able to tell you, look, if you don't want it, then we call the police and the police will take you back.
Yeah, exactly. Because your stay in the country is tied to their company. So,
Exactly.
but some people are smart, and some people are lucky. When I say people are not lucky, you can get the job with them, and on the side you can be looking for another job.
Yeah.
And once you get that job, because you already have a visa that's allowing you to stay on the territory, you just tell the new job people, like, okay, you guys need to get me a work permit, and then your card, if you haven't gotten your resident permit there, because of course your resident permit will be tied to the fact that you're working, the new company will get you a work permit.
And if it's a white collar job, fantastic
for you. Okay, also another expectation people from Africa think when they're coming to Europe for this blue collar job is, oh, it's going to be all rosy, it's going to be this, like it's going to be, most people don't even really know it's like blue collar jobs. They just tell them you're going to work with this company, there's a company you're going to work with, the company is going to pay you X amount of money. See, yes, the company will pay you X amount of money, but still they will overwork you. Most people that work in this with this factory are always overworked. It's not usually just 9 to 5 as is stated. It is usually more than that. Some people work for like 12 hours standing. That's why it's a factory job. Because it's packaging and sealing and recycling and stuff. So your expectation is like, oh, we're coming for a 9 to 5, like maybe from Nigeria or from any other part of the world, or 8 to 4. But then when you come in, you think you're going to work for 8 hours, you end up working for 12 hours.
And okay, guys, these people, they know that the services and what they're giving you isn't as good as they make it out to be, and that's why they don't tell you the whole fine print of the whole thing. It's not like it's a try and error. They just tell you, well, it's better than what you have. Oh, you accommodation. Oh, money. I mean, compared to what you're getting in Nigeria, that is peanuts. This is money. But they don't tell you everything. And then, like she said, you're overworked. So you must really be motivated. Okay, like she said, there are people with experience where they moved, got other places. But man, those people, that period of time, they must have really done a lot of extra work to find out that loophole to go and find other jobs. Okay, because basically your life it's a circle. Okay, within the job, sleep, eat, work, sleep, eat, work. Okay, and this now leads us to the life experience. Okay, which we're going to tell you.
So the life experience story, I hope you guys please get your popcorn, and it's going to be a short gist. So basically, this person we're talking about, she's not even from Nigeria, but she's from I think eastern part of Africa, I think Uganda or Nigeria. And when the agent got to them in their country, the agent promised them greener pasture. You know, you're going to get a good job, they're going to pay you in euro, you're going to work for 8 hours. It's a fantastic job. Once you come, from there, if you don't like the job, you can go somewhere else. They paid for every single thing, from their insurance in the country, they paid for the work permit themselves, which was like a fortune. She paid a lot of money, I think almost 2,000 plus euro. She also was one that covered her flight tickets. Sometimes they tell you, don't worry, we'll pay for your relocation package. No, they don't. She paid for her relocation package herself, and they got to Poland. And the moment they got to Poland, she said the first thing they asked them was, do you know anybody in Poland? They said no, and that was the beginning of the nightmare. They were moved to the outskirts of Poland to a factory where she said they were working for nothing less than 12 hours in a day. They wake up as early as 4:30 a.m. in the morning, and she's working to practically 11 p.m. Barely time to sleep, barely time to eat, and they were all sandwiched into they're practically staying in an attic, into a small space. They were cramped. So imagine if it was time of Corona, everybody would be positive and die. that one is certain. Then secondly, she said what they did to them was they kept threatening them every single time about, oh, you're tired, you don't want to work, we call the police on you, we'll call the authorities. You know, you're in this country because of us, you know, your work permit is tied to us. Now, when it came to their wages also, they weren't paying them the right amount that was promised initially. What they told them they're going to pay them in Africa from Africa was like, oh, I think at the end of the month, she said she was supposed to be getting like maybe 3,000 plus, but then she was barely getting 1,000 zloty at the end of the month. And she had to take care of herself. And bear in mind, most of these people that come borrow money in Africa or in Nigeria or any other part of the world just to get here, with the mindset that once they get to Poland, in less than 3 to 6 months,
because they've calculated based on the money that they said,
3 to 6 months, they will make this money and pay back to people at home. But then again, she was already here, okay? She had people that their passports were even seized from them. They defaulted, maybe some didn't come to work early, and of course, because they had their passports, they had to walk around with their passport, so their passport with them, and then the bosses were like, oh, you know, bring your passports, we'll hold it for you for safekeeping, and that was it. They collected their passports, and these people practically were begging. They became total slaves. The luck she had was her passports was still with her. And then she got opportunity with a couple of friends, and then they came into town. You know, they saw other black people, and they started asking questions, and like, where do you want I work at this? And like, no. And luckily for them, they met someone that works in an NGO, like an agency that deals with trafficking, because let's face it, it is human trafficking. Let's say it as it is human trafficking.
Yeah.
We are not saying that the people that own this company are solely Poles. No, we have another friend that said he even got a part-time job while he was in school. He needed money during summer, and they were Arabs.
Yeah.
And he had to tell them, like, you know what, I'm a student, I'm legit in this country, there's nothing you guys put to me, I dash you the money, I'm done. But there were people that were there that had families back home. They needed to feed their family, to pay the debts they were already into. So what we're saying is that before you get this blue collar jobs, bear in mind that some of this thing is actually trafficking. When you overwork people, it is trafficking. Whichever way we say it, trafficking is trafficking. There are different types of trafficking, but that is also human trafficking. So please, guys, these are the realities that hit some people when they come to Poland. The fact that some of these agencies are even fake. They get you, they find a way of getting you here. They'll get you a work permit. They go through the whole stress of getting you a work permit. And then when you get to the territory, you realize that this company does not exist. You've just collected your money and gotten you a work permit and you're here. And that's it. People register companies. There are fraudulent people out there. There is fraud all over the world. So don't think that there's only fraud in your country. There's fraud everywhere. People, and the government, of course, is trying hard to fish out those people. And that is why they always say, when you know of people like this or things like this, write a mail to the government so that they can continue as in investigate. Okay, so guys, we hope we touched the whole expectation and reality of working in Poland. Poland is a fantastic place to work. Of course, as we say, there are white collar jobs that you make good money and you can feed your family, you can live a good life, a comfortable life. But at the same time, don't believe everything you were told from Africa, from Nigeria, or any other part of the world, Asia, about getting a blue-collar job in Poland. You cannot, you don't make it. You don't make millions in 2-3 months. It's not possible. Okay? So that's it from me.
Yeah, basically that's it. There's nothing more to say about that. If there are any questions, if there are any suggestions, probably, because we may, like we said, we're not a whole encyclopedia of knowledge. Okay, we will be very excited and we'll anticipate any extra comments you might give to us. It would be great to hear. If we made some errors somewhere here, please let us know and we'll be happy to communicate, and then we'll see where we can correct those. Okay, so please do have a great day, and hopefully we will see you on our next video.
Yes, and there we'll be talking about how to get a work permit, a legit work permit in Poland. Bye. Papa.